루즈하게 살고 있는 것 같긴 한데 제대로 가고 있는 건지를 모르겠고 끝없이 썩은 감자를 양산하며 살고 있던 까지 기다려서 각 잡고 시작할 필요가 전혀 없고 언제든 지금 당장 시작해도 되는 도구니까 오늘 영상 보시고 바로 한번 시작해보세요. 특히 돈 많은 분들이 너무너무 좋아하고 추천하는 원칙이라는 책에 의지력과 포기력이라는 개념이 나오는데요. 인간이 너무 푸짐푸짐.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, a good day today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good